world where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence. There is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is Curious Listener. Here she is, Chris.
All right. Hey, everybody, welcome to Curious Times. It's Monday. Welcome to your new week, February 12th. Been all into the Olympics, you know what I mean? God love the Olympics, and so I hate it when it's on another crazy side of the world because it messes up. Like, I already have a messed up sleeping routine, right? So, like the other morning I had, I was like, sometimes I'll like go late, try to go to sleep around 5 or 6 a.m. Like I couldn't because the Canadian women's hockey team was having their game at 0500. And so tonight at midnight, I believe it's midnight my time. I hope it's not 10, or I'm shutting it down at exactly the end of the show. The curling final, but I think that might be midnight. And like and then there's another hockey game in the early morning hours. So it's like, and so, now she's got the waffle. So, I did a kind of interesting thing. We're going to talk about waffles for a quick moment. Her copy link location for later. Paste and go. I hope there's no audio that plays right away on this. Okay, good. Very good. Don't play if that's okay. Good. No, it's gonna play. Okay. I knew it was. See, my spidey senses were telling me that's gonna play. Okay. So the other night I was making like again I'm running out of stuff like frozen. So I have a couple onions in my fridge, and so I'm like, okay, well let me throw together. And I just don't even look at recipes anymore. So I just basically made my usual waffle recipe a little thicker, and put some cayenne pepper and some salt, I think, into the batter, and made some makeshift onion rings. You know what? I don't have a deep fryer and I don't have cooking oil, just olive oil. So it was a bit of a. But so then I still had onions. I didn't want to fiddle around with it anymore. And I still had some onion left, and I still had a little bit of batter. So I made a little bit more batter, and then like thinner this time, a little bit thinner. And then like I took all them like thinly sliced the rest of the onion, and threw that onto the waffle iron, and then I poured the batter, you know. And so I made a kind of an onion ring waffle. You know what I mean? And so anyhow, it was okay. And it was just like really not a real good effort. It was just to get it used, and so it wouldn't go to waste. And so anyway, there you go. I hardly ever break out the ketchup, but I had the ketchup out that night. And then last night, like I said, I threw my chicken and my pierogies onto the waffle iron, but it's so boring, like pierogies with nothing. And so I took some ketchup and threw in some chili paste. Made spicy, really spicy, way too spicy, but it was spicy nonetheless. Ketchup for my. I'm sure there's Ukrainian people like rolling over in their grave right now. She put ketchup on the waffle. Put ketchup on the pierogi. Cut ahead. Okay. So Alea Dawn's here. Yay! Yay! And it was her birthday recently on January 30th, I think, so happy belated birthday. Of course, Alea Dawn's been around for quite a while, and she is the owner and founder of the Kara Center. She's a fourth-generation professional certified medium, or reader, dream coach, tutor, psychic medium. She's, you name it, she does it. And she's studied over the years under many mentors and around the globe, and she's been doing readings forever. For freaking ever, man. Well, or since 2007. Well, no, she's been clearing, and yeah, since 2007. You can find Alea at her Kara Center website at www.karacenter.com, Facebook page, medium Alea Dawn, and please do join the Kara Center page, group. It's a group. Become a Kara Center groupie, if you will, and just search Kara Center on Facebook. Okay, guys, let's go say hi to Alea. How are you doing, Alea?
Hello, Chris. How are you?
It's been a long time. How are you? That's more important.
Oh, man. I'm great. We're starting we just had a huge move. We just moved.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we moved, and then right after we moved, my daughter and her babies moved in with us. So we were just getting settled in now. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff going on. I'm sitting here looking at like boxes and clothes, and I'm like, oh my God.
to try out like the next Big Brother show that comes, because you get to go away for months and not and be locked away from everything.
Right.
It would be so bad, you know what I mean? And they feed you whatever you want. Put it on the list and they go get it for you, you know what I mean?
God, wouldn't that be nice?
They have, oh my God, I wanted to die because they have this celebrity one on now that just started, and oh my God, Omarosa is on it. Oh no, I do not. And it was such a feat because first night, and so one of the people is going to get immunity from being kicked. And out of all the people, of course, Omarosa gets the immunity from being kicked out, right? And that's such a fix, you know what I mean? And I detest that woman. And so anyway. Tomorrow at Curious Times, we have Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic, and Corrine. It's their birthday, so it's just going to be a silly ass. You guys should all come here prepared to give them readings, okay? Mary Margaret, get out your card. You're gonna give them readings. And all of you guys, Diane, all of you people, all of you, every last one. If I get my hands on Dan, he's going to give them a reading too. And so sorry for that little people, they distract me when they look at that chat room. I get distracted. So you've been moving and all again. Oh my gosh, I wish I could move. It might take me 20 years back. Oh my God.
Oh my God, I hate it. It's like we just moved last year, and then the house that we moved into, the owner decided that he wanted to sell it. So we got. I mean, we were good tenants, but we got evicted for my birthday. I was like, that was my birthday present. I was like, yay. So we were moving on my birthday, actually. We just made it just a sucky birthday, and then I got the flu. I got the flu on top of it. I was like, oh my God. So, it's been healing and moving and, just trying to stay grounded through it all. It's been very challenging. But we're in now, and we're in a really cute place. So I'm kind of excited about that. But, it's just, you know how it is.
Yeah.
There's still boxes and clothes, and I'm sitting in a room and I'm like, staring at like boxes and clothes. I'm like, oh my God.
And I did move a little bit more. You know, it's just like that I've been here since, oh my God. I don't even know. If it was 02, maybe since if it was 02 or something.
Really? Wow.
More than 90. Oh my God, please don't tell me it was 92, 02, 12. Might have been 02.
Wow.
No, 92, because I've been here over 20 years. Anyhow.
Yeah, 92 then. 92.
At
Wow.
92. For that, though, I would like move, and then like shit would never get unpacked, and it was like, I'd be like, and that was kind of good when it came time to move again.
Yeah, it's like, well, we got all settled. I mean, we were there for a year. We got all settled, and it was like time to move again. I'm like, oh my God, no.
Kiss of death is unpacking. The kiss of death is getting fully set up. Like,
yes.
Just leave stuff like in forever, and then you'll never move. And
exactly.
Plus, then you say like that, whatever doesn't ever get unpacked. For the hoarders out there, they would say to you, that's stuff you don't need and you should be chucking out, right? If you can leave it packed for years,
you don't ever have to worry about it again.
Like it's ready for what you buy. And like I was realizing this the other day, because I got like boxes and boxes of stuff downstairs in the basement under the I have a little place upstairs with a little storage area down there, and it's all crammed full of boxes, and like I'm all like, what? Like what? That's all like there. And so that when I die, like who's gonna go through all that stuff when I die? What
to keep and what to get rid of?
Well, they're gonna rid of the court. You know what I mean? That's gonna probably come here, and I don't even. Well, I mean, if I was, oh my God, if I was rich right now, I would hire a couple of young lads to come in here, get a big ass truck out, and I would just point and say, out, keep it. For what you guys do with this stuff, I don't care what you keep it, sell it. You guys just get it out right now. Take it somewhere else to sort through, But take it all, take it, and take it away. Like how? Oh my God, it's so awesome.
You collect so much stuff, like you don't realize like how much you collect until you have to pack it up, and you're like, oh my God, oh, it's maddening. So I did a lot of clearing. I was like, out. Just get it out in the dump truck. I want it gone. So.
The key is when you're packing, is make those, like, don't take any, like, do not take anything with you that you're not going to use, need, or that you have less pastimes.
Yep.
Because it's wasted energy, wasted effort, and pitch it then, like, that's time.
That's what I was doing. I was just pitching. I was getting rid of it. I was like, I am not taking this with me. We don't. If it was basically, we had like a little storage room, and I don't think I went in the storage room for like a year. And I'm like, if I haven't looked at it for a year, why do I think I'm going to need it later? So I was just like, just dumping stuff,
That's just opening them up and going, and then you have like, I remember that, and then, like, 99% of it winds up back in the boxes, and and you just like, what have I done? What am I doing? And boy, I have a feeling like if I hit the big lottery or something, I would probably just lose my mind and just go get it out, because I probably want to clean this place out, get everything painted, rented, and then sell it or rent it out. You know what I mean? And then like move. What I would do is I would move. I would either for the first year not have any place and just like go from hotel to hotel or travel around or do whatever, right?
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
But if I was my forever the rest of the time place is just going to need to be like a little one like an apartment building where I don't have to do any outside nothing. And it's going to have and it's only going to have like place for my computer, my I don't kitchen table, but I have a dining table and a little kitchen table in the kitchen, none of which get used. It could be places to stack stuff on top of, right?
Right.
So, like, it's just insanity, and so I would just want to have a nice little, maybe a little. Who am I kidding? I was going to say maybe a 2-bedroom and take. I don't want visitors. You know what I mean? I'll be like, well,
I know.
I don't even sleep in my bedroom. I sleep on my couch, for crying out loud. And so, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, that's what I would want, because the smaller the
a little bit of a. Yeah, we moved into a smaller place. I like it. I like it. I don't want big spaces. I like the little space that we're in now. I'm kind of liking it. There's not a whole lot of room though, but like cabinet space, like that's what I'm missing out on. But other than that, I mean, it's just you know, like I'm finally like just starting to take a breath. I'm like, okay, I can breathe. I'm past the flu.
Like all I would need, I live alone. Why do I need 86 plates, 86 side plates? 52 soup bowls. Why do I need 400 glasses? Why do I need coffee cups coming out of my yin yang? Why do I need 2 sets of pots? And I need to have oh my God, I gotta have the spare coffee pot. I gotta have all them extra accessories that, you know, like I got the jet oven thing and the, like, I want, like, sir, and why do I need 5,000 forks and spoons?
Well, that's what we have,
If you only have 1 plate, 1 fork, 1 spoon, 1 knife, one pot.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many pots and pans that we could share with the whole neighborhood probably. I'm like, where's all these pots and pans come from? It's crazy.
Yeah. I know.
Crazy.
I know. So it's like it's insane. It is the definition. So then you find out who needs cupboard space. Look at all the cupboard space I have.
I know. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, you know, and so we carry on a lot of crap that we don't need, and it's mind-boggling.
It is. It is.
What do we got to yak about? Well, you got anything interesting to yak about?
Well, we can yak about anything you want to yak about. What do they want to hear?
What do you people want to hear? What do you guys want to hear us talk about? I had a great idea. It was a joke. I'm worried that people won't get that it's a joke. So it's a dream. Let's have an experiment. Let's all go to sleep right now and see if we dream.
Okay. See if we can all enter into the same dream.
Let's see you back next month, and we'll see if anybody had the same dream. That's a joke. Anyhow, what's your favorite deck of tarot? Do you use tarot and any kind of oracle cards? You, Alea Dawn. I lost her. She took me seriously. So who's my anonymous caller, my wireless caller? I see Mary there. Oh, Mary, not Mary Margaret. Other Mary. The wireless caller. And who's the anonymous caller up here? Who's this caller? Queen?
It is I. And if I happen to be awake tomorrow, I will come and give messages. So.
Okay. Oh, good. That'd be great. Great. Okay, cool. So now we've lost. Okay, I'm gonna park you quick, and I'm gonna find out who's this person. Who's that person? Wireless caller.
Hello, it's Colleen.
Oh, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I was too lazy to go to the computer, so I'm sitting on the couch on my phone.
Good for you. Nice to hear from you. Very, very good. How's things?
Oh, things are going all right. It's, muddling along.
Mm-hmm. You know a little bit about moving every now and then, hey?
Yeah, I kind of sick of moving. I moved, I think, twice now, and I have boxes that I haven't looked at in 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, I meant to throw them out at the last move, but I didn't get around to it.
I hear ya. And then you're in such a, and like, it's just quicker to, because I don't want to just throw the whole box, because what if there's one thing in there that I really do want, and then, like, I gotta, like, it'll haunt me for the rest of my life, so.
Right. And then the things I want, I can't find them, ever. Like, I know it's in this box, But, I don't know.
You want to get a reading in a bit, or are you just going to hang tough listening there?
No, I'd like a reading.
You'd like a reading? Okay, cool. We'll park you because we got Alea back. So there's 3 people probably for a reading. And let's see, what time is it? It's like we have a half hour to burn, and then we'll get to the readings, guys. And so you're back. I go, Alea,
I'm back.
You went to bed.
I decided we're all gonna see if we all have the same dream. No, I did it. It was me.
That's funny. I knew that it was just some. That's funny though. That was perfect timing, right?
That was perfect timing. Okay, yep, I'll go.
Christy, you're asking. So that was Colleen, the psychic of light. Our artist formerly known as Psychic, has been a guest on my show.
Okay.
So there. So that's Chris was asking in the chat room. She's all like, I don't know who this caller is. Like, what do I have to like social insurance numbers? What is it you want? Want fingerprints? You want Secret Service to do background checks and get every little detail? No, I'm teasing y'all. So the question was, do you do tarot and oracle cards?
I don't normally do oracle cards, and if I pull tarot cards, I don't read them traditionally, like I just use them to help me sort of guide my intuition.
Yes. And so, do you have a favorite tarot deck?
Yes, the Shadowscapes deck. That's my favorite. It's called Shadowscapes. It's called Shadowscapes by Stephanie. Yeah, I think her name is Stephanie Moulin. I might have her name wrong, but it's called Shadowscapes. It's a beautiful deck. It's absolutely beautiful. It's based off the Rider-Waite. It's based off the Rider-Waite deck. But I much prefer tarot than oracle.
Yeah, I'm like oracle cards. To me, they're affirmation.
Yeah.
You may as well have an affirmation. Like seriously, it's like especially anything that's Doreen Virtue. It's like Usi squished unicorn, freaking lollipop sucking, fairies and all that crap.
Exactly.
And way too general. You know what I mean? Way too general.
Yes.
So if you had to give anybody only one piece of advice about read your own goddamn self, people. You know what I mean? You read yourself. So if I find this funny because we all should be able. I'm sure there's something, but to read yourself. But why is it that so many psychics have the hardest time reading themselves?
Because I think. Okay. So I mean, if you're going to learn how to read, like tarot, for your own guidance, like let's say you want to pull a card of the day, which is what I used to do for myself. My suggestion would be is to throw away the book and stop looking. Use your own intuitive. We are our own intuitive library. And I can't stress that enough to people. Like when you're looking at the cards, I don't care what the general card meaning means. When you pull a card and you see something in it that speaks to you, that should be enough. And I think the reason why psychics have a hard time reading themselves is because it comes down to the same thing. And I actually had a conversation with a lady about this the other day. I think it's harder sometimes for us to read ourselves because we can sort of understand the difference between what's coming from the ego mind and what's actually being intuitively driven to us. But we still are human and we still have the same fears. And so I think being able to, you get the intuitive guidance. And a lot of times intuitive guidance comes in and it approaches your fears, you know. And because I even have my own signs. I have my own signs of movement and things that I should be doing. And I sort of, there's a fear inside of me, you know, stepping forward. And we're still individuals. We still have fears to process through. And so I think sometimes it's not that we're not getting the messages. We're just not following the guidance that we're receiving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, people are doubting and like, that's how come so many different people, like, I think that's why a lot of them, like, will just call psychic after psychic after. So they're looking for a specific answer that they want.
Exactly.
And it's not, the problem with that is that's not really the answer.
That's right.
And so garbage in, out. So now,
exactly.
What if you're just, what if you're not even going to use it? Like, I like the idea of using a tool or anything else, like, because we're challenging our guides or the universe in a way, to say, here, guide me, help me. Like, I brought you along for this crazy ride. Do something already, right? And our mistake is we're not making use of them. And so do things like not put them to the test, but let them do their job. So it could be anything like, okay, I wonder, here's my deck, and please help me find an answer in a card here that I'm going to pull. Help me to pull a card, and then help me to find the answer for the question of, you know,
do I stay in this relationship or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay in this relationship or not? And then poof, we pull a card, and then look at the damn thing, and then like ask for the guidance. Now, just the card name itself might help you. But then the other is, if it doesn't have to be a deck of cards, it could be like, give me a sign for, you know, what to do, and then like pay attention. So if you're out driving on your way to work or on your way to wherever, the grocery store or whatever, like pay attention to signs that you drive by, or advertising on the side of a bus that goes by you, or a note on a truck, license plate number in front of you, or, you know, they're you know, and you ask your guides to please draw my attention to what's important. Where will I find the answer? And then and then follow. And then don't like go, and then so you say like, should I go visit the elephant today or the zebra? And then I look and like there's a picture of the elephant, like there's like a peanut, like, I don't know, a peanut thing goes by. Like that's associated with elephants. No, but I want the zebras. You know what I mean?
And do you know how many people will ask, do I see the elephant or the zebra? And they get the elephant and then they go and see the zebra. we have a rebellious nature to sort of, you know, follow a path that's going to make us fall down on our ass. But I think that part of it is important. Like, I think it's important. Like, I had a lady message me the other day, and she's like, I'm getting all these signs, and I'm really mad at myself because I'm not following them. And I was like, well, stop being mad at yourself for not following them. Yeah. You know, appreciate the fact that you didn't that you didn't follow them, and you fell down on your butt, and now you know. Like, now you're aware, okay, these are my signs. I'm going to start paying attention, because I think that the art of falling down on your ass is just as important as understanding the intuitive guidance that you're receiving, because without falling down, you never know if you're getting the right answers. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a double-edged sword, if you will. I think there's nothing wrong with sort of going against the guidance and seeing where it leads you, because then it makes you more aware. Then it makes you more aware, you know, when you are receiving it. So, you know.
So they're asking, like, so it's funny, people know what not to ask when they're on my show, but like, and here's another area where, you know, some of us have pet peeves over the years. It's like there's an art to even ask, like, you know, if you're gonna take full advantage of having a psychic reading.
Yeah.
There's, you know, a way to, there's an art.
There's a way to ask. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you're gonna, let me just say this: if you're gonna ask your spirit guides, "Hey, can I make $1 million this year?" They're gonna be like, "Hell yeah." Okay, because I mean, there's limitless possibilities. I mean, we can do anything. So, I mean, now if you want to ask, if you're really wanting to, you know, make $1 million this year, you would ask, you know, what are the steps that I need to achieve that? Not, can I do it? It's, you know, how can I, what are the steps? Don't ask why. Don't ask why and don't ask can. And don't ask should. Because when you ask should, they're not going to answer you. Yeah. When you ask, because we are free will and we have free will and we're granted that free will. So if I'm asking my spirit guides, you know, should I move or should I, you know, stay in this place? They're going to be like, well, what do you want? Yeah. You know, I can't answer that for you. I mean, I could better in your path if you made a change in residence, but I'm not going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't. That's up to you. Yeah. So it's the way you ask. So like when I ask my spirit guides, I ask them, you know, what's better overall for everyone involved? What is the best method overall? You know, do I take step A for the betterment of everyone, or do I take step B for the betterment of everyone? And, you know, is that going to lead me into an easier path or a harder path? I think it's just the art of asking is really important.
Well, really, then years ago, I, you know, noticing the pattern of certain people always ask relationship, like, hey, if A, you can't ever get one, or B, everyone you get barely lasts a week, there's something going on there, right? Yeah. You know, instead of asking, like, will I ever find love, or who's my next boyfriend, you know, is say, what can I do to enhance my chances of finding and maintaining a healthy relationship, right? That's better, and that's like the difference between teaching somebody to fish and giving someone a fish. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I'm going to tell you guys, when you ask that question, most of the time, the answer is going to be that you have to do something within yourself, because you either have a subconscious mind pattern where you keep picking the same bozos over and over again because you're conditioned to a subconscious belief that is bringing you a partner that has the same, you know, I went to a long time ago. My mom had a really good therapist friend, and I was in a bad relationship. And she said, if you notice, there's an underlying, she said they all look different. The relationships that you're in, they all look different. But there's an underlying personality match to each one of them. And it's in the way they treat you. She said, you're attracting the people in the way they treat you because of the way that you feel about yourself. And so, and oftentimes it comes down to, you know, I've got to learn to give myself more self-worth, or I've got to learn my value, or I've got to see that, you know, I don't deserve to be treated a certain way, so that I'm not attracting the same kind of relationships into my life. And that's why they keep failing, or, you know, I'm stagnant because I'm not really moving or doing anything in my life to produce that kind of love or to produce that kind of relationship that I want. So the universe responds to us, and it's really a hard thing to tell somebody. You know, you have to take a look at within yourself to sort of make those changes so that you attract the right partner. But at the same time, every time that we make a step to change, I believe that the universe does help us co-create. And I think when we are facing something that's hard or healing that's hard, and we go forward, we move forward, I think the universe helps to move things in our path that much quicker. But if we're just sitting there, standing still, and we're begging the universe to bring us, the boyfriend that's going to change our lives, well, we're going to be waiting for a long time because we're just pleading and asking, but we're not doing anything about it. So I think a lot of it has to do with inspired action and the work that we have to do within ourselves and the movement and the up-leveling that we have to do with our own personalities in order to attract those right relationships.
Yeah. If you are, this is one caller I wanted to say. I did say to one, though, who was exceptionally rude, hey? But there's a couple others I have said this to. Is like, stop being a bitch and you'll find somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or the ones, I remember one time I was so irritated because they asked a question, then the psychic guest of mine was giving, blah, 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 and he's going to be like, he works with his hands, he does something with his hands. Well, well, I don't hate anybody like that. Like this chick was like the Lord doctor that's me. I'm all like, there you go. Right there. Like, so arrogant that you are not, looking for
you're not opening yourself to love. Yeah, you're shallow. You're shallow. You're not opening yourself to love. You're opening yourself to the material, the physical attributes. And
deserve. And I think a lot of these women that are like that, they don't even care that it's a lasting one. All they care about is that it's long enough so that they can get a decent alimony settlement out of it or something. And that's deeply offensive to me.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, understand that sometimes which is why don't ask also like the psychic, like, what color are his eyes? Well, because here's the problem. I might meet somebody and it might not work out for me, but every time we meet somebody who we're in a relationship with, it normally opens up a group of other people. In other words, his friends.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That are both male and male friends, and depending on how long that relationship lasts, they become your friends also, and so then you become exposed to a whole different group of people. And the real person that you're meant to be with might be in that group, but you'll never. The psychic told you blue eyes, so you turn down
brown.
So like, blue-eyed guy is the friend of the brown-eyed guy, and you're never going to find him unless you get with the brown-eyed guy, for heaven's sake,
Yeah, and I mean, I want to say this, because that's really true, and it's really important, because a lot of times, like when we're seeing things, we're seeing a lot of these things symbolically. Like, not everything, I mean, we're not omniscient, we don't know everything. A lot of the things that we see are symbolic. You know what I mean? So, I mean, she might be telling you that this guy's got blue eyes because maybe he's got a spiritual nature about him, or maybe he's intuitive. But the whole fact is he's got brown eyes. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of the times the things that we see are very symbolic, and they can be a little cryptic. So, you can't take everything at face value. You got to sort of write down the highlights and the points and see how they fit. And a lot of times they fit in a kind of mystique kind of way because, the universe wants you to have the element of excitement and surprise in your life too. I mean, if everything was written down, this is going to happen for you tomorrow, I mean, there'd be no reason to really have the experience or to create the experience to have that because you know it's coming. So, I mean, we can see some things, but like I said, we're not omniscient, we don't know everything. We're just seeing a lot of things symbolically or seeing things in a pattern. So that will make sense later as you enter into that relationship. Yeah. So and to be honest with you, the universe doesn't really look at the physical qualities. They're showing us the spiritual qualities of the people that you're going to meet most of the time. And we sort of framework into a physical description because that's how we're used to seeing people. So.
And
Does that
that's
make
how
sense?
the only way some people are interested in seeing too.
Because the physical attributes, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's, you know,
And like,
I mean, again, that's that
so
shallowness.
if you're looking for a long-term relationship, understand that both males and females, you know, slide downwards, quite frankly. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
everybody sags and grows a little bit, and so you know, like, you know, or the guy with the beautiful curly, thick, full hair becomes bald at 32, you know, and now you're like, ah. And if hair, and like, you're in awakening, and so sometimes I think that that's like the universe's way of teaching you a lesson. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
or what are the real reasons for your choices? You know,
Right,
and,
exactly.
Please don't define people by what they do. You know, it's because there's any number of reasons why people wind up in the work that they wind up in, and it's also not to say where they're going to be in 20 years either. And so,
right.
You know, like that's a big one for me. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you could end up with a lawyer who is a dirty lawyer who winds up getting disbarred. Now what? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You could wind up with an auto mechanic that has dirty hands, but he's going to win $25 billion in the lottery in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so don't choose based on like all of the superficial reasons and stuff like that. But
because he's got goals and aspirations and dreams and wants to build his life with somebody, you know, for the betterment and improvement. So I mean, you know, for somebody who, if you're just looking at the bottom dollar, the career, the lawyer, the doctor, like you said, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen in an instant. Everything can change in a moment, in an instant. So.
And I love people, they're talking in the chat, and it's like, I love when people are like, well, when? It's like, so people call, they go, when am I going to move? Oh, when are you going to pack? You know what I mean? Like, pack and move. Like, you know, or again, you wind up in the same trap, because if we say that, you know, your love is going to be like 6 months from now, so you're going to do nothing for 6 months, but it might be that had you not talked to that psychic at all, and you just carried on with your life, in 6 months you would meet, your paths would cross with this guy. But now a psychic told you 6 months from now, so now you're going to park yourself for 6 months and do nothing because you're wasting your time, because your buddy's not going to show up for 6 months. You're missing the boat again. You know, like this is like a double-edged sword in a way of these, when people want this specific information, because what they're not understanding is that oftentimes it's based on, as long as you're continuing on with what you're doing now, blah, 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 like if everything stays as it is right now, the picture is this. You know what I mean? But the minute you change something, then, you know, potentially change the whole outcome of that. And so, so based on a psychic reading, unless it's a really quality psychic reading where you're actually getting to the, what do I need to do? You know, then get to work on that stuff, you know, by all means.
I have a YouTube video that's titled "Why I Hate Psychic Readings from a Medium's Perspective," and it's exactly those reasons. Because I love it when spirit guides come forward and they're like, okay, so if you're looking for change, you know, do X, Y, and Z. This is where we, you know, this is where we want to see. If you want to see yourself in this place in 6 months, let's go ahead and pull together. What's going to happen for you in 6 months is that whole thing of what's the next step. Because you're right, because the free will, the matter of free will, we can only see where you are in your current path. If you decide to do something and change something immediately, you could change the whole path in a matter of an instant. And so that's why I hate psychic readings, because it's only based on the current movement. It's only based on the current movement. So, I mean, I have a funny story that I want to tell. Several years ago, I had a reading, with a lady, and she sent me a picture. It was a picture of her and her friend. And she was desperately trying to get pregnant. Wanted a baby so bad. And, I was looking at the picture and I saw her grandmother come up in the picture behind her. And I saw this beautiful woman, show up and I saw a baby in her arms. And she said, conceive in April, we'll receive the news in May. And so I told the lady the news that I got, and it was like January or February at that point. And in June, this woman writes me back and she's like, I cannot believe it. You got the wrong person. You know, my friend ended up just found out that she was pregnant. They conceived in May. So you got the month off, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, well, you know, I'm so sorry about that. Well, a whole year goes by, and the lady messages me a year later, and she's like, you're never going to believe this. And I was like, what? She said, we conceived in April, and I just found out that I'm pregnant. So I found out in May that I was pregnant. And it was a whole year later. It was the same message, but it was a whole year later. It's not on the same time clock that we're on. So, I mean, if you're seeing something in June, I mean, sometimes I sort of hold back and I try to choke and not to say it because I know sometimes it can be quite literal. It can be, you know, the whole meaning can change. It's based on our perception of time and their perception of time. It was a year later. She conceived in April and got pregnant in May. But, you know, so you know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes the messages are right, but it's just not in line with what we're thinking at that moment. So, that's why it's always good to continue, with the inspired action and asking what's the steps to achieve this. And when you have a psychic insight, just to take that and write down the highlights and see what matches for yourself. But don't take it as golden.
Yeah.
Don't take it as golden.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Carry on. Like, don't ever, you know, like stop your regular, you know, unless it's a destructive, you know, thing that you're doing, then stop that now.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
Like, don't stop thing because you're just waiting because the psychic said, oh my God, that's
exactly
crazy. Or
exactly.
Here's the first ones. The biggest insult, in my opinion, to a psychic, one of the biggest insults to a psychic is, so you ask a question, and you've asked 86,000 other psychics, you know. And so then they say, oh, next March. And you go, well, I had a psychic told me last week that it was going to be blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And, you know, so even that psychic, stop calling psychics. You know? Like I said, I did say this to one caller once. I'm like, I said, like, I've heard you now for a few years. On a regular basis, asking this question, whether you're going to get your son back or not. Like, I'm just curious, because I hear some of them say yes and some of them say no. And, like, I'm just wondering, like, what ratio are you waiting for? Like, so are you waiting till you have 600 yeses to 400 no's? Or are you looking for 800 yeses to 2? Like, what magical answer, you know, are you really looking for? And how is this helping you? How is this helping you?
It's not.
And so psychics out there, like, how are you helping your people, you know? And especially, like, you know, like, and that's how come, like, I used to butt in on those kind of questions as a host. Some psychics would get mad at me and some would not, and some would appreciate it. And I think you got to ask yourself, you know, and I would do a little coaching then instead. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because you don't need a psychic in that scenario at all.
No. And I'll be honest with you, you don't need a psychic in a lot of scenarios, because when you ask the question, you already sort of know the answer. I mean, I'm actually moving a lot of my practice into the coaching end of it, Chris, because of that reason. Because to me, it's more important to get the guidance on the next, instead of asking, when am I going to get my kids, or am I going to get my kids back? What are the steps that I can take to get my kids back? What does Spirit see that I can do to help me get my children back? What kind of movements do I need to make?
Like I said to her, I go, okay, number one, where does the kid want to be? The father's brainwashed. I go, okay, set all of that aside. That the father's brainwashed him because he's got toys in a swimming pool, and the kid's happier for those reasons. If the kid is happier, that's the key.
Right.
Now,
exactly.
You have something to consider here. The kid is, say, 12 years old now. So 6 more years from now, he's an adult, and this isn't going to be his choice of whether he has anything to do with you at all, or you never see him ever again.
Exactly.
And so your conduct towards his father, towards him, and this whole battle is going to impact what this child does in 6 years from now when he's an adult and he's on his own.
Right.
And whether he's going to ever acknowledge the existence of his mother. And she hung up on my ass, and I'm like, the kid, this is the thing, guys. It's like, are we going to force a kid the 6 years is a blink of the eye, really. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we're going to force a kid who would rather be with dad, and then you know that she's bad-mouthing the dad, and the dad's maybe bad-mouthing the mom. Like, the kid might walk away from y'all.
From both of them. From both of them, exactly. Yeah.
So get a grip, guys. But a 6 years could be a blink of the eye for you to lose your son forever. So
6 years
govern
goes by
yourself.
so fast. Yeah.
Dedicate yourself to having the best time that you can when you have him. And damn it, you know what? If 2 years later, on New Year's Eve, she wasn't calling around psychic shows, and she had her kid for visitation, and she was shushing him because she was on the phone getting a psychic reading. She was telling him to sing the book. I'm all like, you don't deserve that. You do not deserve that, kid. How dare you? Have him on visitation. You spend hours in every day almost, calling psychics about, will I get my boy back? And when will I get the boy? Blah, blah, blah. But I mean, when will I get the boy back?
Right.
And you have him there for a special holiday visitation, and you are on the phone getting psychic readings and telling him to stop bouncing his ball.
This is the reason why you're on this. Yeah, I know. It's so sad.
Oh my God. And so a lot of times it's that they need a coach more than they need a psychic.
They need a psychic. That's right. Yeah, I agree with that.
But
I agree with that.
Intuitive coaching is good, because part of it is that you can get a feel, like if you're intuitive, then you can kind of read the energy of the person to whether they're really being honest or not with their, because whether you lie to me about what the true status is of your situation doesn't matter. Like if you're lying to yourself, you'll never get it sorted, And so being intuitive, you kind of can get an idea of who's really, and you can really make a decision of just like, okay, this is I'm not the right person for this this individual, or you confront them and you say, come on now, get real with what your role in this is and what you are or aren't doing that's contributing to the issue, and then you can make leaps and bounds towards correcting the situation or a better this or a better that. And sometimes that is well, sometimes it's not, because there's people that will always be in denial. It's always something else. It's always someone else. It's bad luck.
It's hard to work on yourself because there's a lot of fears involved. That's what it comes down to. It's hard to work on yourself, which is why a lot of psychics need psychics. Because we do the same thing. I mean, we have fears. It's a lot of it is about the inner work, and sometimes it's just too hard to look inward. Right?
Well, everybody's human, And I'm more talking about the chronics, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And those ones
it's addictive.
But I mean, what? And it's great. It's a great if like at least like if I get addicted to like a drug, like it's actually doing something for me. We can argue whether that's good or bad, but in the moment, it's obviously making me feel good. But like getting an answer like that doesn't change. Like I don't understand what it's doing for them. I guess they get a little high off the some of them. I think it's just an attention. Like what they're doing is that they're able to focus somebody else's attention all on them to put their
and they're doing themselves a disservice, because what happens when you have a chronic reading about the same question over and over and over again, you distort the energy. This is why that lady was getting yeses and no's and yeses and no's, because you're distorting the energy because you're not following the guidance that you received. And so the energy is just going to be distorted, and you're going to get the wrong message anyway. So, I mean, I would suggest not, if you like psychic readings and you want to do psychic readings, is get one every 3 to 6 months. And 3 months is even too soon. But one every 6 months is, to kind of see where you are and decide, kind of see where the guy. Get your psychic reading and then ask those questions. What are the things that I can do to put in place so that the next 6 months I can achieve this? But not so much of it. Is he going to be blue-eyed and blonde-haired, and is he going to be, a millionaire? That's what I want to know. If that's the kind of question that you want to know, that you're going to get a distortion in the energy. You're going to get a distortion in the reading because you're not asking the right question. You're not seeking the right answer for fulfillment, and movement. And Spirit doesn't want to play games with you like that. They want to help move you and uplift you. And if you're sort of bypassing that, it's all going to be distorted, and it's not really coming from the source that you need it from. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, listen, let's do a song break, and then we'll take some of these calls. How's that?
Beautiful.
Awesome. Here we go. We got 4.5 minutes. Nope. There we go.
Work in a diner, never saw a woman look finer. I used to order just to watch her float across the floor. She grew up in a small town, never put her roots down. Daddy always kept moving, so she did too. Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson, her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been running half her life, the chrome and steel she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes. You know it easy. You got to hold on. She was an unknown legend in her time. Now she's dressing to kill, looking for a magic kiss. She gets the faraway look in her eyes. Somewhere on a desert highway, been running happy life. The chrome and steel she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes. The air she breathes. Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson, her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been running happy life, the chrome and steel she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes. The air she breathes.
All right. I love that song so much. All right, guys, we're back. A quick shout out. Amy is there. Adriana is on the phone. Adriana, push 1-1 if you want to come on for a reading. Let me know. Queen is there. Okay, gotcha. So we're going to go Queen. And then Colleen. And then Mary. Then not Mary, Margaret, Mary. And then Adriana. Okay, I think that's got everybody. Diane, Christy, Kathleen Moore is here. I think she's here with us on Wednesday. Yep. And, oh, that's Valentine's Day. Maybe she has a hot date with her husband. Diane in Canada, I said, Marie, the waffle woman, Mary Margaret, Sharon, Mary, and Colleen. Colleen. Okay, so let's go get Alea back. Hello, Alea.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Now we got whack. Okay, hang on. Let me see if that's me or you. Okay, say hello again.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Is the sound like all crazy, like chipmunky for you guys? And I'm just gonna check, because all of a sudden, V-Day is our day at Curious Times. No? Oh, it's just me then. Okay. So here, what I'll do is I'm gonna get you on with your caller, and then I'm gonna reconnect my. Okay, very good.
Okay.
And so let's go. We're gonna go and we're gonna get Queen on first. Hey, Queen.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for taking my call, because I was dozing. Nothing personal. I was enjoying the conversation. But you know, this time of night I tend to be drowsy. How you doing?
Hi, Queen.
Hi, Alea. How you doing?
Doing good. What was your question?
Well, I would love to hear from Spirit, but in listening to the communication that you two were exchanging, I decided to ask a question about what are the steps I need to take to get my first $1 million in a very quick, time that will be suitable to my spirit.
Okay. Queen, are you doing this kind of work?
I do it. So
Okay.
yes.
Okay. I'm just calling forward a spirit guide and just sort of asking them to come forward. And I want them to speak about the abundance factor, okay? And how we can get you in alignment with prosperity and abundance. I'm sort of going to leave the figure out of it for just a moment. Because what they're telling me, with the feeling that I'm getting is that it's not, I don't think it's so much as $1 million as much as it is the general ease of feeling successful and feeling okay and not having to worry, right?
That's definitely an important component.
Mm-hmm.
But to have $1 million and more so many things could be done for myself and for others. So I'm not going to put a no that I won't accept $1 million plus.
They're telling me, are you, okay, so I know you said for yourself and for others, are you wanting to build something? Are you wanting to build like I'm seeing, the reason why I ask, is I sort of get I'm seeing, and this feels very symbolic in the moment, but it feels like, there's something that I want to do with the $1 million. It's not something that it feels like there's something I want to achieve with it. And it feels like I'm building a bridge for something for other people. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense. That would be something I could do with that kind of access to that kind of money. Plus.
Okay. So the very first thing they're telling me to do is for you to get in alignment with the understanding of what $1 million is. I get the sense that the prosperity abundance factor isn't so much I don't think that you're in a major struggle financially, although things feel tight. They don't feel like I'm hurting as much as I once was. Does that make sense? I feel like the abundance factor has changed for me from earlier years to where I am now. Does that make sense to you?
That makes sense.
Okay. So I'm seeing the, it's so funny because it's about dreaming and it's about laying out your dreams and exactly what you want. They want you to, you do any kind of journaling work, Queen?
Sometimes.
Okay. So I would sit, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of journaling work. I would sit and write a letter to the universe daily, telling them, being grateful to them for the $1 million that is coming to me, the prosperity and the $1 million that is coming to me, and what I can do with that and what I'm going to do with that and what my plans are for it. And I would set up my life as if I'm getting prepared for it. Okay? Right now, they're telling me that the how is not your job. The how is not your job. Right now, they're telling me that that you need to move into a place of alignment with what $1 million feels like, looks like, and is. Okay, so we need to see ourselves and we need to line out to the universe. If I had $1 million+ this is exactly how I would handle it. This is how I'm showing you that I'm ready for it. This is how I'm showing you that I'm prepared to handle that kind of money in my existence. And I know that I am responsible enough to handle it and use it and achieve it and understand what that kind of money can do for me and what it can do for the people that I want to help. It's really funny because when you ask for $1 million, all I keep seeing is a building. And for me, it feels like some kind of schooling or healing center or something along those lines. So I don't know if that's why I asked you if you did this kind of work, or if you have a great love working with children for whatever reason. I'm seeing kids.
They are my favorite people.
Okay. So it's almost like, build it and they will come, build it and they will come. I want you to get into the subconscious mind work. I want you to get into the subconscious mind work of what $1 million feels like is and how that you understand the capacity of it if it was in your hands today. Okay. Who would I call? Who would I reach out to? What are my tax responsibilities? I mean, all the way down. Really think about not just how I can get $1 million, but what $1 million would mean to me in the moment and what I would need to do, what steps and actions I would need to take. And I would journal that out. I would journal and talk to the universe each day and just be in total gratitude for them assisting you on the path, and asking them for the steps forward each day. Okay, so I've done this. What's the next step? I've done this. What's the next step? I see you doing a lot of meditating. Are you doing a lot of talking to your guides?
More and more.
Okay. So let's keep that up because I feel like I'm meditating, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm actually communicating. Okay. Okay. And I feel like I need to step out. There's a fear that's holding me back. Are you working right now, Clean?
As a job?
Yes.
No.
Okay, but are you working for yourself?
I work for myself, yes.
Okay. Are you holding back? See, because you just said the key word right there. And I asked you if you were working. You said no. But I'm working for myself. So are you seeing what you're doing as profitable income and as work?
Oh, no doubt. I know that I have numerous gifts that I'm aware of, and as you're asking me this, there are unlimited possibilities of what I could do. I have many gifts, talents that can bring in money.
And are you doing it?
Some of it.
Okay, because it feels like there's a fear. There feels like there's a fear in putting myself out there more and more. Okay, I feel like I do as much as my comfortability is going to allow me, but I'm not stepping out that little bridge further. Do you understand what I mean?
Very clearly, and that's probably 100% correct. The fear factor.
Yes. And so, I mean, when they told me that you were doing this work, and I could see, like, the heart center, and I think this building that I'm seeing is more like your heart center, because I feel like you give a lot to others, and you want to give to others, and it's about the purpose and the mission more so than it is about the comfortability factor, right? And so they're telling me that if you want to achieve that kind of success, you have to be willing to take that next step and pull yourself out just a little bit further. Get a little uncomfortable, okay? Because Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back, and they're overseeing, and they want to help you, and they want to guide you forward, but until you take that leap and take that next step forward, are you afraid? Let me ask you a question. Are you afraid of the visibility? Does the visibility kind of scare you a little bit, getting more out there in the visibility spectrum?
Very, I want to say possibly, probably, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's almost like I'm shying myself away from that. I'm shying myself away. I'm sort of in my comfortable zone with my people that I already have and the people that support and surround me and love me. But it's like that next step might mean that I'm venturing into uncharted waters of, people I may not know yet. And there seems to be a fear on the visibility of it. And they're telling me that the heart that you have is so pure that what people will see is the passion and the love for what you do. Okay? So there needs to be no fear in relation to that. It's like take the next step forward. Start working on the mindset, and you'll start to see the increase of prosperity and abundance flow to you. And of course it is achievable. 1 million, 2 billion is achievable. All of that's achievable. But it's about, this time it's about allowing yourself to be a little bit vulnerable and to get yourself out there. Get yourself out there with the passion and purpose in mind. Let the ego sort of go, poof. You know, they're talking to you. They're holding you back a little bit. The ego's talking to you, holding you back a little bit. It's like, you know what? I'm going to side with spirit on this one. And I'm going to get vulnerable. And I'm going to ease myself out there. I'm going to get a little uncomfortable. But I'm going to make waves. Right? It's about making waves. And once you step out and you get a little bit uncomfortable, you'll suddenly notice that it feels a little fun and exciting. And you'll want to take the next step. Okay? Are you doing anything on social media? Like, is social media the next step for you?
I do a lot on social media.
Okay. Okay. Why am I seeing social media? Okay. Is there a branch of social media that you've been considering that you're not doing yet?
Did you say a brand or a branch?
A branch of social media.
I'm on YouTube now, and I feel comfortable. I feel very comfortable there. It's
Okay.
comfortable. It's creative. It's opening me up to.
Yeah.
I see a lot of things by being on YouTube. I'm loving it. It's my creativity. So I don't. If there's more that places that I need to be, I'm not aware of them.
Okay. Okay, because I was like sort of on the Facebook and Instagram kind of social spectrum of it. So I don't know if you. You're on which one?
Instagram and Facebook, but I feel like I have the way I have dealt with Facebook. I know I have outgrown that aspect of it. I might need to pull into a group. Pull into a group and start doing lives and that kind of thing.
That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing more of like the social aspect of Facebook. Getting more into the lives and that kind of social aspect with Facebook. Okay. So it's just about expanding your reach and getting into places that feel a little uncomfortable, but it will help expand you. Okay. Because then you can take your Facebook audience and you can lead them back to YouTube. Does that make sense?
Oh, of course. Yes.
Okay.
It's a net. It's a weaving. You said branch, and they have the branches of the tree. Sure.
Yes. I think your biggest piece right now is getting into the mindset of what $1 million is and what it feels like. Okay? That's the biggest piece, is getting into doing the mindset work, doing the subconscious mindset work of what it is and what it feels like and what you're going to do with it, and let spirit know exactly what that is. Okay? So, go ahead.
I can relate to that, and in terms of all of the social media, I'm just getting access to more gigabytes so that I can. Okay. Good. That's just coming to me, so that's been a
Good. So just keep relating that to spirit. This is what I want to do. I need your help in getting there. Show me what the next step is. If it's getting even more gigabytes, whatever that is, let them know this is my challenge. This is the challenge that I want to break. But constantly speak to spirit about this. Constantly let them be your co-creator. Let them be your co-creator, okay? You don't have to control everything, Queen. You can control aspects of it and leave the rest up to spirit. Okay?
That's the way to go.
Does that help?
Yes, quite a bit.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Right. Very good. Thanks, Queen.
Thanks, Chris, and hopefully I'll be here tomorrow. That's my intention.
You can hear me. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you for that, and I parked the wrong person. Two anonymous is I picked, I had a 50% chance of being wrong, and I was. Okay. So we got a half an hour and 3 callers. So let's go get Colleen. Hey, Colleen.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi. I really enjoyed your discussion, and I got a lot out of the last reading too. So
Good.
I might change my question a little bit also. I've got a lot of healing to do. I need to work on my physical self, which is kind of something that's always been put aside.
Okay.
And I've been got a checkup at the doctor's, and a lot of the exercise and things I was doing are not going to work now due to some severe arthritis and lower back issues. But I'm feeling like, where do I get the help? Who of my people are here that I should be talking to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing next?
As far as related to your health and healing, your physical health and healing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have what we call there's a mind, which is the AKA the soul. But the body itself has its own conscious. It has its own conscious version. Have you done any kind of work speaking to like the body conscious role? Have you done anything like that?
No.
Okay. So it's a little exercise, and it feels a little strange because we're so used to talking to ourselves or to spirit. We've gotten in the habit of talking to spirit, but there is the whole body conscious too. Okay, and the body actually can help heal. It can help lead you to places of healing. For whatever reason, I keep seeing water. I don't know what that means for you, but I keep seeing water.
I'm trying to decide if it's worth paying to go to an indoor pool.
Okay, I keep seeing water. That's kind of what I'm seeing is like, I'm seeing myself in water, and it feels really super good. Okay.
Yeah.
So if that was what you're sort of asking, they're showing me water. Water seems to be very important. But listen, I would definitely, because the body, even when I would practice it this way. Let's do it in a fun kind of exercise way. Okay. When you're out shopping for food and you're looking for, just regular food, just with food.
Right.
As you're shopping and picking up products, before you're looking at the back of them or anything like that, ask your body, would this be nourishing to you? Would this be something that you could eat and process really well? And then listen for the answer within your mind. Okay? If it's a no, put it on the shelf. If it's a yes, go ahead and put it in the buggy. Okay? Try that for a little while. That'll get you used to speaking to what we call the body conscious. And as you begin getting connected to the body conscious, you can ask it questions like, would it feel good to stretch my legs? Would it feel, or would it feel good to do this kind of a stretch? Would it feel good to do this kind of a yoga pose? Would it feel good to lay on my back? Or, ask your body questions as if you were asking a separate being. Just imagine your body being like a separate being and ask it questions and intuitively listen to the answer that comes into your head. So if it's an immediate yes or immediate no, begin to follow that. And I would actually journal this and write this out how it's working for you. Okay? But a big part of this is with the eating. A lot of people notice this when they first start talking to the body about the eating habits because everybody processes food differently. And your body knows what it needs to heal and it knows what's good for it. So when you're shopping, ask it, hey, what kind of a snack would you like? Automatically chocolate cake. But it may actually say an apple. And I'm like, well, that's really weird. I'm going to go grab an apple. You know what I mean? So just try it that way first and get used to talking to it. But I'm definitely seeing water for you.
Okay.
So I hope that helps.
All right, so is work going to be supportive of that? Because I'm pretty well exhausted as it is, so if I add extra swimming exercise, I'm going to have to rearrange my schedule a little bit.
I actually see it relieving the stress.
Okay.
I actually see it being more of a benefit than a hindrance for you.
Having a better rest when you are resting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it feels more to your betterment than to. So even in work, it feels like I'd be more present. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, because I spend half my day trying to wake up.
Yeah. I'm seeing like nighttime, so it may be that you do these little water exercises at night, and it may help you wake up in the morning because I'm actually seeing you doing it at night. So.
Okay, all right, because that's the other thing I was trying to figure out if it would be in the morning or at night or yeah.
Yeah, at night. Try it at night. And talk to your body. Talk to your body. Get used to it. And just listen to the answer intuitively, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Good luck. Let us know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Cobb. Thanks. Nice to hear from you, too. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, let's go get Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hey, Chris. How are you?
How are you doing?
Hey,
good. How are you?
I am good. My mother-in-law is with us. She came in November. She just got out of the hospital, actually out of rehab, and she is. I mean, it's like she. She's she's lost her short-term memory, which was, and she seems like she's distant. You can see it in her eyes, and she is thinking that she is going to be going to a daughter's house in Arlington, Texas, in June, and I'm just. I mean, we're at wit's end here. We don't, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. Well, I heard June before you said June, and I didn't know what June meant. So the plan is to move her in June, is that right?
Well, that's what, the daughter's pushing for, and the doctors are just, they're not saying. I think they're concerned with the health of the daughter and her husband, and if they can handle her.
Okay. Is there something? Why do I keep seeing her knees? Is there something going on with her knees right now?
She has her legs are swollen.
Okay.
From her knees down, well, I would say a little bit further, kind of like just at the end of your calf.
Okay.
And she loses her balance.
I keep seeing, this is what I'm seeing, okay? So I don't know if this can be done, but this is what I'm seeing, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it. And then we'll get the rest of the stuff, okay? I keep seeing like as she's laying in bed, like a mobility exercise with her knees. Are you doing any kind of like moving the knees at all, or just moving, like bending the knee? I just see like a soft bending of the knee, like a mobility exercise. It feels like that would be good for her. I don't know if there's fluid buildup or what it is or why they're showing me that, but I feel called to say it. Okay. It feels like I need to do more like with the mobility around the knees. Okay. So I don't know if that's possible, but that's what I'm being shown. Is to get her knees sort of bent and moving, when she's laying in the bed, just real soft and easy. and maybe around the ankles as well, just to move them a little bit, it gets the mobility going, okay? The first thing that I see, and the reason why I'm saying this about the move is because Spirit is drawing me to my very own experience, which is sometimes what they will do. When I'm in a session like this, they'll show me my own experience so that I can understand it. There was my stepfather's mother had made a major move in the middle of this lapsing of the short-term memory, and it made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
It made it progressively worse. So I don't know if it's so much that the daughter can't handle it, more as the move itself could cause a detriment to the mental health. And you know what I mean? Because as they get older, they get accustomed to certain places, and too many moves can cause a lapse in the memory function. So it can make it a lot worse. Okay. I'm getting a sense that you don't have to worry about it, that you don't have to worry about her moving, okay? There's sort of like just rest and be assured. Rest and be assured is what I keep hearing. Rest and be assured.
So she won't be moving?
I don't think so. It doesn't. I heard June before you even mentioned June. I heard June before you even mentioned June, but I don't think that move is going to take place. Because they're telling me just for you to rest and be assured. Because I'm seeing a detriment to her. I think you may even have a doctor make that call, as you begin to move forward, is that it would be a detriment to her mental health to make a move of that magnitude in the middle of her health, condition right now. Okay. But do get her joints moving, especially in the knees and the ankles. Because I feel a stiffening around the joints, and I feel, it feels like there's fluid buildup. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that's what it feels like to me. And it feels like she needs some mobility. Just a little bit of just rotating and just moving the legs a little bit. You're exhausted. You're exhausted.
I am. I'm mentally, and I'm worried sick about her, and then my.
Are you getting the reach out and the help that you need?
What do you mean by that? Do you mean like from people around me?
From people around you. Are you able to get because a lot of times when we're dealing with aging health of people, there's support groups and people that we can go to and talk to. Are you getting that kind of help that you need?
Not in a group. I have a friend of, Julia. She's been very helpful she's overcome cancer and stuff like that. So she's been helpful. My husband's in denial, I think a little bit.
Yeah.
But the sister was just down here, and that was like an emotional roller coaster. And and I'm strong. Trust me, I'm very strong. But
but you're so strong that everybody sort of places all those burdens on you, and so you need some time in the day where you are just resting and just being. Okay, because you are physically and mentally exhausted, and that's the message I keep. Like, you have got to take care of yourself, and they want you to stop worrying so much. Stop worrying so much. They're there. The Spirit is helping you. Spirit's on your side. Okay, and they're helping to move things in a place where the things that you need will be required for you. But I think you do need to take space in the day, whether it's an hour in the day or not, to get the health, the rest for your own health, for your own sanity. Are you always around somebody?
Well, I'm around her quite a bit. She just got back, but I was there every 3 times a day. I have a job. They've been very gracious, about this whole situation.
Make sure you're taking some time out in the evening for yourself, okay? This is really, really important, even if it's to take a bubble bath, okay? Whatever it is, You need to take some time out for yourself, that you're getting rest each day. You're getting a place just to be. Like, I don't get a sense that you get to be at all.
No,
okay?
I mean, I do when people go to bed, but then I'm usually fall asleep in the chair.
But you're exhausted. You're exhausted. Yeah. So, I mean, you need a place and a space to be, and stop worrying so much. Like, that's what I keep hearing. Stop worrying so much. Everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to. Everything's going to work out in a favorable way. And I feel like there's going to be a doctor that's going to help you make that indication that that move will not be healthy for her. Okay?
A doctor will do that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because at times, I mean, I even told my sister, she's in Florida, but I left her a message. I said, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah. It's you've absolutely got to take good care of yourself. And stop worrying. That's what I just keep saying. Stop worrying.
Well, she has therapy coming in. They're starting her therapy here. And you're right, they were doing things with her knees.
Good, okay.
But her blood pressure was dropping down. They found out she had congestive heart failure. I mean, she's 95.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just, I told my husband, I said, our whole life would be like,
yeah.
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 But anyways. Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey.
All right.
Good luck.
All right.
Mary, good luck.
Night, Chris.
Take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, night. All right, okay, let's go get Adriana then. Hi, Adriana.
Hi.
How are you, Chris?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay.
Oh, that's a lie if I ever. I didn't even have to psych to figure that out. Anyway, how can I leave?
I just wanted to know if spirit guides had any kind of guidance for me. A lot of bad things have been going on, and I don't know. I'm just at a point where I'm very worried.
Is this surrounding a relationship?
No.
Okay.
It's surrounding like financial, like no job, and then cars being repossessed, and then in order for me to work, I need a car.
Okay. Okay. Why do I keep hearing? Is your mother around? I keep hearing mother, mother, mother. It's over and over and over again. I sort of feel like you're in a place where you feel like you're alone. But I feel like there's a resistance to some help. Does that make sense? Is there somebody around you that, for whatever reason, I keep hearing mother, and I don't know if it's that your mother is around or whatever. I keep hearing mother, 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 mother.
Well, she's in New York,
okay.
but I haven't asked her for any help because in the past, when I did need help, she didn't help. So.
Well, I'm hearing there's like a resistance to asking for help, and it also feels like I don't know if she sort of if there's a feeling that I sort of get what's the word I'm looking for when you ask, it's sort of like it's shoved back in your face a little bit. Are you feeling like you're alone? There's something about relationships here that I want to sort of pull out. Okay. Because I feel like there's like all this weight on you. Were you planning on moving? Was there a plan for a move? at one time?
Well, I recently moved to a new place in December.
Okay.
And things were going good, but then it was just like everything turned upside down.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know where you're at because I've been there. I've been in that place. I've been in that same situation where sort of everything just crumbled around me. And for me, it was a sign that it was time for me to step forward into something new in my life, and I wasn't making that leap. And it felt like everything that I was trying to accomplish in my career goals wasn't happening because I wasn't changing my direction. So I don't know if this is about you making a change in your direction or being called to make a change in your direction. Do you feel like there needs to be a change in your direction right now?
It's funny that I do kind of feel like I have to, I don't know, I guess I have to change the field that I'm in or what, but me and my spouse were like thinking like, if we move back to New York or what, but then we thought about the pros and the cons, and there were more cons than pros because everything is just much expensive over there than here.
Right,
right. And,
right, but there's help in New York. I feel like there's help in New York. I feel like there's more family there. I feel like there's more close-knit people there. There feels like there's help in New York. I keep hearing school. I don't know if you've been thinking about going back to school, but there may be grants and things that can sort of help you in your situation. Okay. It definitely feels like I need to make a change. Like I need to make a change in my career. I need to make a change in my movement. And it feels like I need to get myself out of a place where I feel so alone. Okay. So it feels like when you talking about the move, that's sort of what I'm hearing. I'm hearing reach out. I keep hearing mother. I don't know if your mother's in a position to help you or not, but I keep hearing reaching out. Reach out, reach out, reach out. Make those steps to reach out, and let people know what's happening so they can sort of maybe help guide you and pull you in a direction that feels like it would be a little bit easier right now. But it definitely feels like I need to make a complete change in my whole life direction. Everything sort of needs to change. Your mindset, your belief system, like I feel like I'm doubting the universe or I'm doubting God or whatever it is right now. Like my faith is not restored because everything is sort of falling down around me. But at the same time, Spirit's saying we're doing this so that we can force you into making that move into a direction that feels better aligned with who you are. This is a time of growth. Are you in your 30s?
I'm 29, yeah.
Okay, because like the 30s, I heard 30s. So I feel like this is a time where you're sort of like really moving into who you are and where you want to go. And you're very independent minded, I think, and very strong-willed, okay? And maybe you have a hard time reaching out and asking for help, but I feel like this is the next step, is to reach out and ask for help. And all I kept hearing was mother, mother, mother. So I don't know if it's time to maybe just call mom and be like, hey, look, this is what's going on. What do you think? What do you think I should, you think a move, or what's some guidance that you can give me, in that same direction? And just maybe see what she says. Because that's what I'm hearing. I mean, there's a resistance to ask for help. And right now, like, this is about you asking for help and about you moving into, I keep seeing school. Like, I feel like I need to go back to school and change into a career that you felt like you were supposed to go into to begin with. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know what that is, whether it's like teaching or psychology, like right around that. I don't know.
It's so funny, yeah, because when I first moved from New York to here, I started working in a daycare. I worked in a daycare back in New York, and my plan was to open a daycare here. But, you know, how we all just dead in the midst of, oh, well, let's just work and save money, and then it's never the right time to start something because we get scared.
That's right. So this is about you dreaming big and stepping into your future and about creating it. Okay? This is about you creating your future, working on that mindset. We're starting from zero again, and that's okay. I've been there. I've been there, honey. I know exactly what you're going through. I can feel it in your heart. But there is something on the other side of this. This is calling you to change something within yourself. It's calling you to dream big and go after your goals and dreams and work hard at it, okay? But don't forget to ask for help because that resistance is there, and that's sort of what I need to let go of, okay? It's okay sometimes to ask for help. And just reaching out, I think when the universe sees you reaching out and looking for those avenues of help, that they're going to assist you. And even if it's not directly with your mother, it may come through another source. But just reach out. But I do feel like it's sort of like a time to make that move. And it's sort of a time to realign my goals. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Look, cheer up, hey? Jesus.
Thank you.
Good night, honey.
There we go. Good job, Alea.
Thank you.
And, so yeah, you picked the water up, boom, just like that. So that was
yeah. Yeah, I feel like that person definitely needs to be in the water. Yes.
Tell
absolutely.
Everybody, what do you got coming up at the Care Center? Anything?
Right now I've got a workshop coming up on the 15th. Hold on. It's primarily for women. It's called Witch, Women Independently Taking Charge. It's about those women who are coming into their awareness and coming into their awakening, and learning about what energy is and how we're talking about parallel lives and how the past and the future affect our current moments, and about using the natural resources of the earth and getting tapped into the natural resources of the earth to help us in that creation and manifestation, and talking a lot about the law of polarity, talking a lot about sex magic, and stepping into the essence of the divine feminine. So if anybody's interested in that, I have another workshop coming up on the 15th. But right now, my team and I, we actually need to get together because we're sort of going to be planning out the next phases of the Care Center. There's things changing around the Care Center. I want to make it more community center oriented and more workshop oriented. So we're talking about those goals now. So some things are going to be opening up and that I'm not really ready to share yet. But when we get there, and we have a better plan in mind, I'll be happy to share that. It'll probably be the next time around. But if you are interested in that program, just let me know.
Awesome. Perfect. And where can they find you?
You can find us in the Care Center Facebook group, KERA, or at my website, www.caracenter.com, or on my Facebook page, emailing it on.
Perfect. Okay. Well, good luck unpacking.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed tonight. Thank you, Chris.
And as long as you're happy where you're at, may you never have to move for a long, long time. And
thank you so much.
All right, Alea, thank you so much. We'll see you next month. And we also see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, birthday party, Corinne and Melissa.
Happy birthday, ladies. Thank you.